to Mr. Tareq Alaows, human rights activist, a person from Pro-Asyl, which is active in Yemen, I think.
Yeah, thank you. Respected colleagues, dear friends, I'm here today to speak about the situation of the Druze in Syria. After the fall of Assad regime, many Syrians inside the country and in exile were full of hope. I was one of these people. This hope to build a new democratic country, a country that respects the right of all the citizens. And then there was March 2025. The first massacre targeting the Alawites, followed by 2 massacres against the Druze, attacks on churches, cutting of women's rights. For me and many other Syrians, our hope for freedom and democracy was shattered with these bombs. We realized our hope was like a house of cards that blew away with the wind of the reality. Allow me, first of all, to tell you the story of Tareq Alaows, a case that I documented by myself. A child from Suwaida. He was born on the 20th of July 2025. But unlike the other children, he will never be able to meet his father nor his grandfather. He was born just 3 days after both were killed during brutal attack on their hometown. They were trying to protect their families, their homes, and their people. They moved 2 months before from a region in the near of Damascus because of the first massacre targeted the Druze, the city Sahnaya. They moved back to Suwaida because they wanted to save their lives after the attacks on the region. They fled there for safety, but still were ultimately killed. What's happening in Suwaida is not a local conflict. It's a deliberate act of aggression involving the so-called interim government in Syria. Reports from Amnesty International, UN human rights experts, and displacement data from humanitarian monitoring support this. On 15th and 16th of July 2025, 46 Druze citizens, 44 men and 2 women, were executed by government and affiliated forces in Suwaida province. The executions took place in public squares, private homes, a hospital, and educational facilities. This was documented in the report published by Amnesty International on the 2nd September 2025. Eyewitnesses' testimonies cited in the same report describe the use of mock executions and sectarian insults, including the forced shaving of mustaches of religious Druze men, a form of targeted humiliation. UN human rights experts also expressed grave concern about the attacks, citing sexual violences and collective punishment. Tactics used against the Druze community. Their press release was issued on the 21st of August 2025, covering events that occurred in mid-July 2025. The involvement of the Syrian so-called interim government and allied armed groups in this act is supported by multiple international investigations. Amnesty International, the same report, attributes the killing of on 15th and 16th July 2025 directly to government and affiliated forces based on visual evidence, field interviews, and geolocated video material. The report from Human Rights Watch from July 22nd, 2025 concluded that the violence in Al Suwaida, particularly during the period from 12th till 20th July, was exploited by the manner of the Syrian government, including including also affiliated armed actors who participated in civilians targeting. An analysis by Atlantic Council published at the 8th of August cited UN figures estimating that over 191,000 people were in Al Suwaida displaced. The reason of that, or due to the attacks in Al Suwaida. In parallel, Human Rights Watch reported widespread destruction of infrastructure during the clashes between 12th and the 20th of July 2025. Electricity, water, telecommunication were disrupted. Roads were blocked and healthcare system collapsed. Patients in hospitals came under fire. And some facilities were targeted with direct attacks. Many people died, not from the violence directly, but from the absence of essential medicine and treatment during the ongoing siege. The case of Shahira Roudy, who died due to the lack of cancer medication at the 11th of August, and the case of Khuzama Al-Ahmad, who died in Al Suwaida because insulin was unavailable. Just two examples about these cases. According to the civil society in Al Suwaida, the physical destruction is extensive. 36 villages have been destroyed, burned, and ruined. More than 191,000 of people have been displaced. The region remains under siege. Humanitarian access is blocked or heavily restricted. Infrastructure is in ruin. For days, people experienced no electricity, no water, medical system collapse. Many who survived in the Syrian attacks later died because they couldn't access to medical treatment. Documents shows that the patients in hospital were shot. Civic actors and communities in Al Suwaida have clearly articulated their demands. Immediate humanitarian corridors independent from Damascus to allow the delivery of life-saving aid. or of life-saving aid. As repeatedly requested since mid of July 2025 and documented by local and international humanitarian reports. Independent international investigation under international law, not Syrian domestic law, to ensure the justice after the crimes in Syria. Support the local civilian governance, including community councils and committees that have continued to provide social cohesion and civilian protection since the escalation began. Coordinated international action, including increased humanitarian aid, political pressure, and accountability mechanisms. Still, the people of Al-Suwaida continue to organize, to resist, and demand justice. Their survival and their vision of a peaceful life depends on urgent international support.